Hello there guys, ssjhyperion here, and today we're getting ourselves into a new what if. Today's what if is what if Deku was a shapeshifter. Now, just before we get in, expect a bit of exposition, because I want to explain Deku's abilities and other things that are gonna happen in this what if. So yeah guys, without further ado, here's my intro. So Deku's gonna have his abilities at the age of 3. And just so you guys know, he's not just gonna be able to turn into anyone instantly. How it's gonna work is he's gonna have to learn stats about that person, that object, anything he's trying to turn into. So let's say he's gonna try and turn into Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn why her cloak is red, how this is happening, how can she jump so fast. So she's gonna have to learn all the stats about her. Now, he doesn't have to learn all of her personal life or whatever. He's just going to have to learn a little bit about her so he can understand her abilities. Alright, so that's how it's going to work in this what if. So he's not going to have their full power. He might only have 50% of his power when he actually masters his quirk. But for now, we're only going to say he has only 10% of anyone's power. So it's kind of like Deku's also having a copy quirk, but it's more on his shapeshifting side, because he actually has to shapeshift into that person to get access to the other side of that quirk. So it's going to be really amazing, because Deku, with his nerdiness, right, he's going to be able to learn much more about heroes. So he can be turning into the wood guy from the first episode. I totally forgot his name, but it doesn't matter right now. But he's going to be able to do that, and he's going to be able to use all of his abilities. Sure, he won't be as strong as him, but he'll still have a good set of abilities that will really help him out. So let's say he gets to trying to turn into All Might. He's going to have Prime All Might's feat, so 10% of Prime All Might. And when he masters his quirk, he's going to have 50% of Prime All Might. Now just imagine if he literally stacked on the One for All quirk onto Deku right now. He's just going to be too powerful. So for now, we're not going to even touch that. It might be later down in the series that he gets One for All, or maybe not, because I really don't want to give Deku One for All in all of my what ifs. It just sounds redundant and stupid. But that's what I just wanted to explain to you guys. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the video, because I've already used up 2 minutes, so let's start. So in this timeline, we're going to see basically Bakugo is literally let's say second best, to be fairly honest, because Deku's gonna be the top dog at school. Of course, he's not gonna be bullying people, because Deku's still a nice guy, he's still nerdy, so he's probably the most, not attractive, but you'll be attracted to him, not in a lovey-dovey way, but you're just gonna be wanting to be his friend, because he might be nerdy, but he's very powerful. And not to mention that he can actually just turn into All Might already. Literally, he's turning into All Might and just surprising everyone. And every day he's pulling pranks on people just to have fun. Deku's having a much better life in this timeline, and we're seeing this happening all over again. And in this time, Deku doesn't even get attacked by the sludge villain, because he actually is following Bakugo, and he basically suppresses Bakugo's ego. And Deku is actually working on his quirk a lot in this what if as well. So many things are just going right for Deku. And it wouldn't be until later down that we see the UA entrance exam would come, and we'd see Bakugo and Deku training, and everything's just going really fast paced in this timeline, because Deku isn't having any problems. All Might doesn't actually need to meet him, because the sludge villain is already taken care of, and nothing's really happening. And we'd see the UA entrance exam, and we'd see Deku basically taking down a lot of robots, actually turning into All Might and surprising everyone there. They're literally shocked. Why is All Might fighting robots? But then they realize that it's Deku, and it's really Deku's quirk. But the thing is that in this timeline also, Deku actually has a little brief cooldown time. So he's literally running around trying to escape from robots and other stuff like that. And it would come to a point where Ochako would be literally chopped under the rock, and we'd see Deku rushing in again. This is still fitting into his hero emotions. He's still fitting into how he used to be. He's much more confident in this timeline, but he's still the same Deku that we know and love already. So he's rushing in there, and he actually decides to take on the persona of All Might once again. and he rushes in there. And with a power level of 25, he smashes that robot. Now, it's not as much as it used to be, because based on a bit of power scaling, we can see that Deku's at least like 2 times more powerful and in the main timeline. And so the robot would be actually stopped, but it wouldn't be completely as damaged as it was before. So when it's actually halfway in the real main timeline, in this timeline it's only like 25% of the way that the dent that it used to be. So he still go down and actually save Ochako, and then she'd thank him, and she'd still be kind of hurt, but then, you know, the nurse would basically just heal her quickly, and there's not really much that really happens. We see Deku actually getting robot points and a really good amount of rescue points. So I want to say that he's actually probably number 1 in this timeline, which is gonna really anger Bakugo, but not in the way that he's gonna hate Deku. He's really just trying to push himself so he can beat Deku one day. We'd see them still going on a rivalry, and even in like that following day, they're still training together. With that, we see Deku getting accepted into UA. There and then, he's shocked, beyond shocked to be fairly honest, jumping out of his seat, basically jumping on his bed, excited, basically celebrating with his mom. He's just really happy at this point, and he's just jumping all over the place to be fairly honest. And basically the following day, his mom basically still asks him if he's really just packing action figures in his bag, and he basically denies her and says that he actually does have everything this time. And this basically tells us that Deku basically has brought action figures to like a orientation or like some stupid thing like that before. So you know Deku's is really up for plays, to be fairly honest. He just wants to play. That's all that Deku's really focusing on, to be fairly honest. And so we'd see Deku continuing on, reaching to UA, and he'd be pretty shocked to see how big the door is. As he like pushes through it, everyone's really shocked to see Deku there, and it's not like in a bad way, but they're really shocked that Deku is like maybe, let's say, like one of the last persons there, seeing how powerful he already is. And Bakugo is kind of angry with Deku because how could you be this late to an or like class? Come on, man. Yeah, that's what basically Bakugo said to him. And so anyways, they're already having a good enough friendship, and Kirishima is actually pretty surprised at Deku. And I mean, he might think he's a bit more manlier and might actually take a much more liking to him, basically because, I mean, Deku can transform into most heroes, so there's a pretty good chance that Deku can turn into a hero that Kirishima already likes. So we're gonna see like a much better relationship between them. No one's really questioning Deku because they already know he's too strong. Like Ida would probably be still have the same reaction to Deku, the first part where he basically congratulates Deku for actually realizing that there's another part to the test. Uraraka would actually go up to Deku, and Deku wouldn't be blushing in this timeline. He'd actually be trying to flirt with her, like in a like submissive way. Like it's not real like it's like he's playing around still. He's not really looking for a relationship, to be fairly honest. He's just looking for fun. So everyone's just really having already a good time with Deku, and Deku is just really still making a better mark in this timeline. Aizawa then comes bursting through the door. With a glare in his eyes, as everyone's actually riled up, he says to everyone, "We're having a test right now. Whoever fails is going to be expelled. In fact, I might even expel the whole lot of you. So get ready and meet me outside, or else." Deku is shocked, as the last thing Aizawa does is glare at him, and he knows that if he doesn't put out all he can, he will be expelled. Deku is not going to waste time. Deku's demeanor actually just changes immediately as he gets ready, and everyone's actually pretty shocked at how Deku's demeanor changes fast, and everyone is getting ready for the fight of their lives. Okay guys, ssjhyperion here, and I hope you guys like this part. So you know I'm going for like this was more of a fast-paced story. As you noticed, like most of my other what ifs like linger a bit more and do a bit more storytelling. So I hope you guys didn't like not like that I didn't like put in more like storytelling. Next part I probably will, but I just wanted to like get into like the more interesting part, because I mean not much really happened if Deku had shape-shifting. I mean a lot of my what ifs are gonna deal with like more emotional stuff that are gonna be happening, but I kind of wanted this one to be a bit more fun, because I mean if you actually watch the last what if that I did, which was what if Deku had time skip, you can see that Deku's life is getting was really kind of messed up. But you know I'm gonna take a break from the little darkish parts for now. So because like the next part is gonna be probably gonna be focusing more on Deku's like psychic, like psyche, I should say, not psychic. Because basically psyche is like the brain, like things to deal with the brain. So anyways, like that. So enough of my ranting, and just remember to like, subscribe, and just be a good subscriber overall. And it's gonna be ssjhyperion signing out. Alright guys, thank you.